Across the vast tapestry of human history, what if the most profound forms of power were not declared with thunderous shouts or ostentatious displays, but were instead whispered through the very air, held in the unmoving gaze, or enshrined in an almost sacred stillness? Welcome to Echoes of Time, your portal to the forgotten pages of history, where we delve into the secrets that lie under the dust of centuries and tell stories that never quite made it into the mainstream history books. Today, we step back into the annals of time to unveil one of the most profound and often overlooked aspects of ancient societies: the sacred silence. For too long, our understanding of power dynamics in ancient civilizations has been narrowly focused on the audible and the overt. We've meticulously studied the decrees of kings, the rhetoric of statesmen, the proclamations of priests, and the clash of armies. Yet, what if power wasn't always asserted through booming declarations or grand gestures? What if, instead, it manifested through an intricate, unspoken language? A potent presence where silence was not an absence, but a sophisticated tool wielded by the elite and implicitly understood by the masses in civilizations long past. This profound concept, the unspoken power inherent in deliberate quietude, posture, and gaze, forms the bedrock of our inquiry today, inviting us to question the very foundations of how we perceive authority and influence across the ages. For centuries, historians and archaeologists have grappled with the subtle nuances of ancient social structures, ritualistic practices, and symbolic communication. They have meticulously pieced together fragmented texts, unearthed monumental architecture, and analyzed the remnants of daily life. And within this rich archaeological tapestry, hints of this unspoken power are scattered, like ancient hieroglyphs waiting for their silent meaning to be fully deciphered. Picture the stoic gazes of Egyptian pharaohs immortalized in stone, their unblinking eyes seeming to pierce through millennia, radiating an authority that required no sound. Imagine the profound weight of deliberate pauses in Roman senatorial debates, moments of pregnant quietude that amplified the words yet to come, or perhaps communicated unspoken threats and alliances that shifted the balance of an entire empire. And consider the almost meditative stillness preceding Mayan astronomical observations, a collective breath held in reverence, anticipating revelations from the cosmos, a silence imbued with spiritual resonance and collective purpose. These aren't merely anecdotal observations. They are fragments of a larger, more intricate mosaic, hinting at a sophisticated system of nonverbal cues. Past attempts to decipher these subtle signals often focused on surface-level interpretations, perhaps viewing a pharaoh's unmoving visage solely as a religious dogma to project divinity, or a senatorial pause as mere political expediency to gain advantage. These interpretations, while valid in their own right, invariably overlooked the deeper, more nuanced layers of social control and spiritual resonance that were inherently present in deliberate silence. They missed the forest for the trees, focusing on the explicit while the implicit, the unspoken, held a far greater, more pervasive influence. How then did these ancient cultures truly utilize quietude, posture, and gaze? How did they master this silent lexicon to maintain order, inspire awe among their populace, or even communicate what they believed to be divine will? These are the fundamental questions that drive our journey through the echoes of time, forcing us to reevaluate what we thought we knew about the mechanisms of power in antiquity. The answers, we propose, lie not in grand proclamations, but in the intricate dance between absence and presence, sound and silence, the visible and the deeply invisible. This episode delves into compelling hypotheses that offer frameworks for understanding the mechanics of this sacred silence. Each theory peels back another layer of misconception, revealing a complex web of social, spiritual, and political engineering. Could the sacred silence, for instance, have been a meticulously crafted priestly tool designed to elevate ritual and create an almost impenetrable aura of divine mystery and exclusivity around religious ceremonies? Imagine the hushed reverence within a temple, the air thick with incense, the flickering shadows dancing across ancient carvings. In such an environment, the absence of human voice, the deliberate cessation of worldly sound, would not just be silence, it would become a conduit. It would transform ordinary priests into intermediaries with the divine, their every subtle movement, every solemn glance magnified by the profound quietude. This silence would demarcate the sacred space from the profane, establishing a clear boundary where mortal utterances held no sway. It would instill a deep, almost primal awe in the worshippers, fostering an unquestioning belief in the sanctity of the rites and the exclusivity of those who performed them. By controlling the auditory landscape, the priestly class could effectively control perception, ensuring that their pronouncements, when they finally came, resonated with the weight of cosmic authority, a divine utterance rather than a mere human statement. This intentional manipulation of sensory experience would have been a potent instrument in reinforcing spiritual hierarchies and maintaining religious dominion over the masses. Alternatively, perhaps this unspoken power served as a sophisticated form of social engineering, reinforcing hierarchies and demanding reverence without a single word being uttered, effectively preventing dissent before it even took root. Consider the sheer psychological impact of unyielding silence from a ruling elite. In the presence of a king, a pharaoh, or a high-ranking official, absolute quietude would have been expected, not just from those addressing them, but from the ruler themselves. Their deliberate quietude, their measured posture, their unwavering gaze would communicate an unassailable authority, a power so self-evident that it required no vocal justification. Such a presence would implicitly demand deference, discouraging any challenge or question. The very lack of overt communication from the highest echelons could create a vacuum, a space where subjects projected their own reverence and fear onto the silent figure, reinforcing the psychological bonds of obedience. This silent assertion of dominance would have been far more insidious and effective than any decree, for it permeated the social fabric, shaping behavior and belief through an almost subconscious conditioning. It ensured that the masses understood their place within the social order, not through explicit rules, but through the pervasive, unspoken language of deference and controlled quiet. Or was the sacred silence a collective practice, fostering unity and a shared sense of purpose among communities, especially during critical rites of passage or declarations of war? Envision a gathering of people, bound by shared tradition or facing a common threat. Before a major ritual marking a transition from childhood to adulthood, or on the eve of a battle that would decide their fate, imagine the collective holding of breath, the shared stillness that enveloped the community. This wasn't merely the absence of noise, it was a deeply communal act, a powerful moment of synchronous focus and shared introspection. In this silence, individual anxieties and doubts would dissolve, replaced by a profound feeling of unity, a shared purpose that transcended individual thought. It would forge an emotional and spiritual bond, strengthening communal identity and resolve. The anticipation built during such collective quietude would amplify the significance of the event, imbuing it with a gravity that words alone could never convey. During declarations of war, for instance, a communal silence would symbolize unwavering resolve, a unified front of silent determination more potent than any rallying cry. It would communicate to both internal members and external observers an unshakable spirit, fostering cohesion and courage in the face of adversity. This profound shared silence would become a ritual in itself, a testament to the collective soul of the people. These perspectives compel us to scrutinize the visible history we have long accepted and to probe the invisible forces that truly shaped empires and societies. The remnants of these ancient practices are not always loud and clear. They are the whispers of the past, the subtle cues etched into the very fabric of time. Deciphering them challenges conventional narratives, inviting us to acknowledge a dimension of human interaction and control that is often overlooked in our text-centric understanding of history. The profound impact of the unspoken, the power held within the sacred silence, reveals a sophistication in ancient communication and social engineering that continues to resonate, informing our understanding of human nature and power dynamics even today. As we conclude our journey into the echoes of this profound, unspoken dimension of ancient power, we are left not with definitive answers, but with a richer, more nuanced understanding of the human past. The sacred silence compels us to look beyond the surface, to listen not just to what was said, but to what was left unsaid, to perceive the profound messages conveyed in the absence of sound, in the deliberate stillness, and in the unwavering gaze. Don't forget to subscribe to Echoes of Time and hit the notification bell so you never miss our historical explorations into the lost, the forgotten, and the truly enigmatic. As we strive to understand the present by delving into the past, we are left with a critical question. In our perpetually noisy, information-saturated world, have we, perhaps, lost the ancient art of silence, and with it, a potent form of power that once shaped civilizations?